A prominent behavioral psychologist, along with a former White House ethics chief for George W. Bush, have penned an article for NBC News talking about the fact that Donald Trump's continued downward spiral of his mental health could very easily and quite probably put the United States into another war. Some of the examples pointed out, obviously, are Donald Trump's constant antagonizing of countries like North Korea and Iran on Twitter, not to mention the fact that Donald Trump has repeatedly falsely accused the country of Iran of not living up to the terms of the nuclear agreement signed by former President Barack Obama. It's completely false. They have complied. There is no evidence whatsoever to suggest that they haven't. But Leanne Watt, who is the psychologist, and Richard Painter, who is the former White House ethics chief, said that we have to start taking Donald Trump's declining mental health very seriously. In fact, here's the exact quote. At this juncture, waiting for unfitness to manifest beyond the types of observable and highly predictive behavior patterns studied by psychiatrists and psychologists is, we believe, naive. Basically, what they're telling us is that the evidence is already there to show that he is unfit to be president of the United States. We have enough evidence. If you're sitting there waiting for more, they tell us, you're wasting your time and you're being naive and you're not clearly paying attention to what we already see. Now, so far, about 800, a little over 800 psychologists and psychiatrists have spoken out about Donald Trump's mental unfitness since he became president of the United States. How many more of these mental health professionals, mental health experts, people who've spent their lives studying mental illness and human behavior, how many more of them have to come out before we start listening to them? You know, I almost feel like at this point, Donald Trump's mental problems are kind of like climate change for Republicans. Oh, yeah, there might be a 97% consensus about it, but what about that other 3%? And at this point, we don't even necessarily have 3% of mental health experts coming out and saying, no, Donald Trump's perfectly fine. We have to listen to the experts. We have to listen to them about things like climate change. And we certainly have to listen to them when they, as a group, by the hundreds, stand up and tell us that something is very wrong inside the brain of Donald Trump and he needs to be removed from office before he gets American citizens killed due to his utter insanity. Those are the kinds of threats that we really need to start taking seriously. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see here on Ring of Fire, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. You can see the little subscribe button down there, but if you're watching it on another device where you can't see it, go to youtube.com/TheRingOfFire, hit subscribe, be notified every time we get a new video.